You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. A man and as many as 100 cats were killed in a Medford fire this morning. Police say 65-year-old Christopher Arsenault was found dead in his Dowerland Road home. He ran the Happy Cat Sanctuary out of his house. Virginia Huey was on the scene and will tell us more in a few moments. And a man was stabbed to death during a fight in East Patchogue. Police say a fight broke out last night in an apartment complex on Pondview Drive. 22-year-old Justin Evans with Bayshore was stabbed in the neck. Detectives want anyone with information to call Suffolk Crime Stoppers at 1-800-220-TIPS. And the owner of a bridal shop that was damaged by a fire is assuring customers their wedding dresses are okay.
No customer dresses were affected by the fire or the smoke. No one will not have their dress. Everything will proceed as normally.
Now, the fire happened in the basement of Bridal Reflections in Massapequa over the weekend. Hundreds of sample dresses are being checked for smoke damage. Fire officials say no one was hurt. And Chick-fil-A is coming to Selden. The fast food chain will open its doors on Middle Country Road tomorrow. Now, this will be its 11th location on the island. Right now, for a quick look at tomorrow's weather, the good news is it's going to be dry and we will have some sun with temps in the 50s. The bad news, well, that's coming up in the 7-day forecast later in the broadcast. Now, a deadly fire at a cat sanctuary has animal activists racing to help. Virginia Huey has the details.
I'm just not even comprehending that he's gone right now.
A heartbreaking scene at Dowerland Road in Medford, where a fast-moving fire killed the owner of Happy Cat Sanctuary and burned the nonprofit to the ground. Police say the blaze broke out shortly before 7:15 a.m. One animal rescuer says about 100 cats may have died.
During the course of the firefighting operations, it was discovered that there was a deceased male inside the dwelling, along with numerous deceased cats.
Police identified the victim as 65-year-old Christopher Arsenault. Witnesses say he died while trying to save 300 cats in his care.
He actually went back in the house when it was burning to get cats out.
It's very tragic. He worked so hard to take care of the cats, others couldn't.
Really the best feeling in the world to do what I'm doing.
Arsenault spoke to Newsday back in 2016 about the pride he felt in caring for cats that had been abandoned or taken from abusive owners or that were sick. He founded this sanctuary in 2007 to help deal with the grief of losing his son in a motorcycle accident. An investigation is underway to determine what caused the deadly fire. Police say they are interviewing witnesses who reported hearing an explosion shortly before the blaze erupted. As news of the tragedy spread on social media, scores of cat lovers and animal rescue groups flocked to the scene.
I saw this on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, I have to help.
And what have you done?
Right now, I just donated a couple crates and also a couple towels, too.
We're going to help with transport. We're going to help with getting food and whatever they need. We'll be here to help.
An outpouring of support in memory of a beloved animal rescuer.
He was the best man. He gave everything to these animals.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
It's a tough story. Now, some Long Island seniors are also worried about proposed Medicaid cuts. Sherry Einhorn has this story.
I can't cook. I can't walk. I'm not complaining, but I got cancer. I need joint replacements. So this place for me is keeping me going.
Like many of the other seniors who call this nursing home home, 74-year-old Robert Belmont says he relies on the staff and the services provided here to live his life. Medicaid pays for it.
Want to go straight?
But he's worried now. Republicans in Congress are proposing an $880 billion cut in Medicaid spending over the next decade to cover the cost of tax cuts that are expiring that they want to make permanent.
It's kind of scary hearing that, you know. They're big numbers.
In fact, healthcare leaders on the island say 680,000 residents across Nassau and Suffolk with limited income rely on Medicaid to help cover medical costs. Now, if those cuts do go through, some facilities could end up shutting their doors. Others, like this one, might try to absorb some of the cost, but the owner tells me that won't be sustainable for very long.
We're going to have to reduce staff. We'll have to reduce admissions, which would backlog the hospital because we don't take them out, and basically just cut services here, which we don't want to do.
Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer is now calling on patients, families, healthcare workers, and administrators to act.
Public sentiment is everything. When people see what's happening and call their Congress members, they could have a real effect.
I absolutely support reforming and improving Medicaid to take the folks who are not in this country legally off, to require work for able-bodied adults, and to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. If we do those three things, we save about $200 to $250 billion in Medicaid, and that only strengthens the program for Americans who truly need it.
As for Robert,
I really hope that don't happen. You know, maybe they should tour these nursing homes and see how incapable a lot of us in here are of doing for ourselves. You know, maybe that would have an impact on their decision.
In Huntington, I'm Shari Einhorn for Newsday TV.
Now you can read more about this story. Go over to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Littles love learning with Miss Rachel. I'm Elisa DiStefano. Let me introduce you to Long Island's own Ms. Gabby.
Open, shut them, give a little tap, tap, tap.
Long Island has its own live experience, inspired by social media sensation Ms. Rachel.
Brooklyn, who's that over there? Rachel!
Gabrielle Freeman has gained a toddler following of her own.
I have a friend of mine who has a younger daughter, and one day I was over her house and she was on TV, and I said, wow, I kind of look like her, and my girlfriends were like, you do kind of look like her. So I said, I should go to parties and do this for little kids, and they were like, you would be amazing doing that. So that night I went home and bought overalls and a pink t-shirt, and I posted myself on the local moms group, and it's been history since then.
Ms. Gabby performs at parties and play places, including here at Party in the Park in Massapequa Park.
I love to sing, and I have kids of my own, and I've been working in daycare since I was 16. We do like a set of songs, we do interactive singing and dancing, we get a photo opportunity.
So when kids come to see you, they can expect like really the Miss Rachel experience.
For sure, for sure. I try to live up to her as best I can.
We love that Miss Gabby is very interactive with all the boys and girls and captivates Jackson's attention whenever we're with her.
Miss Jackson starstruck?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I'm a little starstruck.
Right? Yes.
Miss Rachel's on in my house all the time.
All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. And I do have some rough news for you. There's going to be rain on the way starting Thursday into Friday, Saturday, Sunday into Monday. Hopefully this changes, but the good news is the temps, they're getting better. 46 is the last time we see it for a long time. Then we go into 60s and 50s.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.